Let's hope the mast does the trick. They were robbing the graves. A drawing of some kind of cross. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh, rotting corpses. Eh? What's this?
Bastard. You must know about Bavo. Fucking hell. Why is he poking his nose into this? He felt. We must have it on him. We must. Sure he found it. We must.
This crypt carries on.
He fell for it. What now? Wait till he falls asleep. You'd best move along.
Christ, Albic! What happened? Are you alright?
I am, yes. But it looks like we've been robbed.
Why? And who did it, for Christ's sake?
Gentlemen, please. Keep it down. You're disturbing the patients. For God's sake. What happened here? What a mess.
What do you think? Someone was clearly looking for something.
But there's nothing of value here.
Well, actually...
Albic! You brought them here? What were you thinking?
And was I supposed to leave them unsupervised?
And? Were they stolen?
Thank the Lord, no. I still had them on me.
Can someone tell me what exactly was nearly stolen?
As you know, Henry, I spend a good part of my life at King Wenceslas's court, tending to his health. Thanks to that, I learned much about his private life, what ailed him, how and when he got injured, and what treatments I used. I recorded all my findings and methods, partly in case anyone cast doubts on them, and partly for others to copy, if necessary. If these detailed records were to fall into the wrong hands, I dare not imagine the consequences.
Plenty of folk would pay handsomely for them.
Or tried to steal them for that very reason. Who could have got in and made such a mess?
I was busy tending the sick. I noticed nothing.
Nor did I, I'm afraid. There's work here for 3 more physicians.
That actually made it quite easy for the culprit.
But we still don't know who to suspect.
Surely you realize the abbot himself might be interested in those records.
Father Jan? Nonsense. We've known each other for years.
Not quite well enough. When he heard you were coming, he was pressing me to persuade you to let him read them.
But that's out of the question. Absolutely not.
That's exactly what I told him. The look on his face. If looks could kill, I'd be dead.
How did he even hear about them?
Their existence is no secret. Even King Sigismund mentioned them to me once or twice. And if he ever said anything in front of the abbot...
And the thief waited until the monastery was closed?
So, Albic isn't leaving. Even if he wanted to.
Let's not jump to conclusions. And don't start pointing fingers. Henry, go and ask Brother Benedict and Dinesh in the infirmary if they noticed anything. Maybe we'll get lucky.
All right, then. I'll return to my patients and pretend nothing's amiss. No need to alarm them over this.
Right. Agreed. Did you see anyone go in or out of our room?
I'm not sure. I think I saw a monk go in. I couldn't say who.
A monk? You mean Benedict?
No, it wasn't him. But hard to say. Damn it, why do they all look the same in here?
Yeah, it's not exactly helpful, I know. Any idea when that was?
Roughly an hour ago? Maybe 2. Has something happened?
Damn it. Never mind. Better if you ask Zacharias. Tell me something about yourself.
What do you want to know?
Damn it. God be with you. What do you need?
Did you notice anything suspicious this past hour?
One of the sick men has been throwing up constantly, and I suspect another one's faking it to skip work.
No, I need to know if anyone's been nosing around our room.
I spent most of my time with the vomiting one, or out in the yard scrubbing his bedding. I didn't see anyone.
Someone went through our room, or rather tossed it all about. Likely looking for something.
And what about the alchemy lab? Was that turned over too?
No. I think that one's untouched.
Oh, thank God. I'll go check it anyway, just to be sure. Was anything stolen?
That's the thing. Nothing was taken, so we don't even know what they were after.
I should have been more watchful, right? I'm sorry. I promise I'll keep a better eye on things from now on.
Don't beat yourself up. It's not your fault.
God be with you.
Lord have mercy.
I spoke with Benedict and Dennis. Neither noticed a thing.
I thought as much. We've all had our hands full here. So, we still know nothing.
I might have something, but I'm not sure yet how it ties to those records.
What do you mean?
I went down to the crypt, and I found open tombs and rotting corpses.
Good God!
No sign of a mass grave, though. Just individual tombs.
That's both good and bad news. At least we can now rule out the plague. But if the workers caught something from the air around those tombs, then anyone else could catch it too. Why did they even open them?
They were probably looking for something inside. I found this sketch.
That looks like the emblem of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But why would they look for it among deceased abbots? Even putting aside that it's sacrilege, I don't see the connection.
Nor do I. But there must be one, because they locked me in the crypt over it.
What?
I managed to get out and ran straight back to you. But I was interrupted by this ransacked room.
Maybe we'd better keep all this to ourselves. For now, at least. You might ask Crispin about the coat of arms too. With luck, he'll find something in the archives that sheds some light on how it all connects to those open tombs. But best do it tomorrow. This evening's been more than enough. One adventure a day is plenty.
Agreed. Let's clear up the room, then sleep.
We'll be wiser come morning.
Shopping beast. Kick its ass. You stop that, Christ! Fuck's sake. Good morning, everyone. I trust you've had a decent sleep. The sick are waiting, and being tired doesn't excuse us from our duties.
All right, give me a moment. Then we'll go and check on the patients. And where's Benedict, anyway?
If I may, gentlemen. Haven't you heard? There was a fire here last night.
A fire? Here at the monastery?
The small shed by the mill house burned down, but it was probably just an unfortunate accident. Thank the Lord it's all over now.
And no one was hurt?
Well, that's the thing. No one burned, but there were 2 men in the shed. Or rather, 2 bodies.
Bodies? Whose were they, for God's sake?
That... I don't know, sir.
Who found them? And how did he get them out?
Elijah, one of the lay brothers. He ran into the flames thinking he could save them, but they were already dead.
And what was he doing outside in the middle of the night? You don't suppose he had something to do with it?
He's never been any trouble. There's no reason to suspect him.
And how do you know they didn't die in the flames? Just because they weren't burnt to cinders doesn't prove anything.
I didn't see them, but they said there were no burns, and it didn't look like they'd suffocated either.
So, how did they end up there? What killed them? Didn't anyone tell you about them?
They were sent to be washed, but the washers noticed, signs.
How do you know about these signs? Did someone examine them?
No, they were only to be washed, but when the signs of illness were spotted, the abbot ordered them locked away in the hops store. Ludolf promised he'd send one of his men to guard the door. No one is to go near them.
That was highly irresponsible. Someone needs to examine them thoroughly. We can't afford uncertainty.
You want to bring them to the infirmary with the others? No. No, let them stay locked away somewhere separate.
Are you afraid the other sick might get even worse? At least we could have them all in one place.
Was anyone else there besides Elijah?
No, or at least no one I know of. I'll leave you to it now. If you need me, I'll be with the sick.
I'm going too. Disease? Fire? What next? A swarm of locusts?
First they ransacked my room, now this. I don't like it one bit.
Do you think the fire's got anything to do with what they were after in your chambers?
Who knows? I feel like someone wants us gone. And they're trying to frighten us into leaving.
And are you considering it? Leaving, despite the abbot's order?
I thought about it for a while. But those infected need us. I can't leave them at the mercy of the disease.
All the more reason to get to the bottom of this.
But I can hardly go poking around myself to find out what really happened.
Don't worry. That's what I'm here for.
Maybe Zacharias was right after all. You never know when an aid like that might come in handy. So, what's your plan?
Quite a few things, actually. I'll take a look around the burned-down shed. There might still be some clues.
Good idea. It might have just been an accident, but it won't hurt to make sure.
I should probably speak with the lay brother who pulled the bodies out of the flames.
Elijah, right? But be gentle. No one should have to go through what he did last night.
What about the corpses? You said you wanted to examine them.
And that's what I'll do. We can't afford doubts when there's a deadly illness spreading.
But Benedict said the abbot forbade it, and that one of the knights is watching over them.
If he's got any sense at all, he'll understand this is serious. A proper diagnosis is key to the next step.
Someone searched our room just a while ago, and who knows what they'd do if they caught you wandering around alone. I won't have that on my conscience. Better you stay here, and I'll sort it somehow.
So what you're saying is, use an unorthodox approach.
Well, I'm no physician like you, but I've learnt a lot about the illness. I could say I'm your apprentice.
That won't be enough.
Then I'll explain to him the same way you did to me. We need to examine them and find out what was wrong with them, or we'll never get anywhere with treatment.
That's probably best. But you must examine them thoroughly. And don't be repulsed.
So, what exactly should I be looking for?
Anything unusual. You know well the symptoms the sick here have, but a keen eye may spot other signs too. If you're not sure, just try to remember what you saw. If you describe it to me later, I should be able to identify it.
I can't think of anything else.
Nor can I. Well then, best of luck. And she conceived Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. Be it done unto me according to thy will. Hail Mary, and the Word was made flesh, and dwelt among us. Hail Mary, pray for us. Promises of Christ, pour forth, we beseech thee, thy grace into our hearts, that we, to whom the incarnation of Christ, thy Son,
Huh? Hey, get out of here! What's it gonna be?
I'm investigating the source of that illness that's been spreading around here, and I could use your learned knowledge.
I'm listening.
I came across the symbol of the Kingdom of Jerusalem during my investigation, and I was wondering if you might have any records or anything that might be connected to it.
If memory serves, something should definitely be here. I even dabbled in it myself long ago. We have the legacy of a knight named Boleslav Bavor, who journeyed through the Holy Land and visited Jerusalem. There was some connection to the monastery crypt, if I recall.
Really? Because I actually came across it in the crypt.
What? What are you talking about?
Well, I ran into some labourers down there. From what I gathered, they were trying to rob some of the graves, and they were looking for something tied to the Jerusalem cross.
By Christ, they were after the relic.
What are you talking about? What relic?
There's a possibility that Bavor was buried here along with a certain relic. That's what got me interested back then.
What sort of relic are we talking about?
I don't know exactly, but certainly something very rare. I believe it's linked to Jesus Christ himself, but I can't tell you for sure right now. It's been many years, and even back then I never found anything substantial apart from Bavor's records of his travels. In the end, I concluded that the whole tale of the relic was likely just Bavor's own fabrication.
Oh, that's a shame. It was just starting to get interesting. Still, I'd very much like to have a look at the travel records, just in case.
I'll be glad to show them to you, to examine, but first we must report those vile thieves to the abbot.
You're right. The abbot ought to be told, but it's probably not wise to burden him with it now. Right now, we need to deal with the illness. Once things have settled down, we can make sure those thieves get what they deserve. Besides, we've got almost no proof yet. If I manage to investigate the matter of Bavor more thoroughly, I might stumble on something.
Still, it's a serious thing. We mustn't wait too long.
Of course. Once I've gathered the evidence, I'll explain everything to the abbot straight away. And now I'd like to take a proper look at Bavor's travel records.
Of course. Give me a few moments. I'll find them for you. And I believe Bavor's name also appeared in some old accounts. I'll try to track those down too. Here you go. Bavor's travel records about his journey through the Holy Land. And I've also found these old accounts. Feel free to study them too. I'm curious myself what conclusion you'll come to, if any.
Oh. It really says here that he acquired a holy relic. Let's see how it continues. According to the journal, Bavor had himself buried here with his holy treasure. That sounds pretty clear. Let's see what the accounts say. So Bavor gave the monastery a generous donation and paid for a chapel mural painting. And still, despite all the records and mentions, Crispin had his doubts.
Well, are you still so enamored with Lord Bav?
I read the journal. A lovely tale. It really brought the Holy Land to life.
And?
And it says the relic Bavor acquired was a splinter from the true cross of Christ.
Holy Virgin! Such a sacred treasure!
And according to the book, Sir Boleslav was to be buried with the relic in the monastery crypt.
So it says in the book. I also found my old notes and remembered how it all went back then. I too searched for Bavor's grave. I even dared venture into the crypt, but despite all my efforts, I never found it.
How is that even possible? A grave can't just disappear.
Quite frankly, I don't know. And I didn't know then either. Once I was convinced none of the graves belonged to Bavor, I laid the matter before the abbot, but not our father Jan. This was over 20 years ago when Abbot Vitus held office. May the Lord grant him eternal peace. Together we came to the conclusion that Bavor's tale was likely at least partly, perhaps entirely, made up.
Why would it be made up? Surely Sir Boleslav wouldn't lie about something so serious.
The book's one thing, but there's not a single other mention anywhere. The grave's missing, the relic's nowhere to be found. Can you think of another explanation, then?
The account books mention that Bavor had a sarcophagus made at his own expense.
That's possible. Does it mean anything?
If he paid for it himself, there had to be a reason. Masonry work like that is no small matter, and it's odd, isn't it? He sorted it all out in detail with the monastery to have his tomb here. Then he wasn't even buried here.
You're right. I never made that connection before.
And then there's the relic. If Bavor had just wanted to raise his reputation with a good story, why claim to have gained something so rare?
Perhaps out of vanity? There's no shortage of that among the nobility.
But his tale's already heroic enough without it. Making up a relic would only draw unwanted attention.
That's a good point. It'd be too risky.
But why would Bavor do that? What would he gain by deceiving everyone here?
If memory serves, he had some disputes over property. Maybe he wanted to improve his reputation.
Well, that's mentioned in the text. But lies wouldn't have helped him. Quite the opposite, if he'd been found out.
You'd be surprised how short-sighted some folk can be. But I agree. Something about it doesn't sit right.
And what about the mural mentioned in the accounts? Does it really exist?
Yes, it's in one of the chapel naves. It depicts several scenes from Bavor's alleged adventures.
Well, then that proves Bavor's story wasn't just made up. Surely the abbot back then wouldn't have approved such a mural in the main church if he hadn't believed it was true.
If the former abbot believed Bavor wasn't a liar, but a real hero of the Holy Land, I'll believe him too.
All the more reason I want to see it for myself.
No harm in trying. At the very least, it's a fine piece of work.
Bavor mentions in his journal that he received a great fortune from the King of Cyprus, and the account records say he gave a generous donation to the monastery. Do you think that was made up too?
They confirm at best that Bavor had wealth, not where it came from. According to the late Abbot Vitus, he might have gained that fortune by plundering or as spoils of war, and the tale of the Holy Land was just a cover to mask the dishonorable origin of his riches.
Well, I've never been to the Holy Land, but I've seen plenty of wrongdoings, even here in Bohemia. And if Bavor really wanted to cover up how he got his coin, he could have built a village, built a fortress, or who knows, bought up a mine. He could have done any number of smarter things than spinning a tale about a heroic journey halfway across the world, don't you think?
I'm no expert in fraud, but yes, he chose a rather complicated cover-up if that's what it was.
The crypt has a hidden side chamber, you know.
Excuse me? What chamber?
It had been walled up. In one part of the crypt, the masonry was loose, so I managed to get inside.
I've never heard of anything like that. Perhaps even Abbot Vitus didn't know of it.
I'd say the abbot would definitely have known about something like that. He just didn't tell you. Maybe on purpose.
Where are you going with this?
I'm not sure. Just thinking out loud, really. Don't you think this whole thing is a bit too complicated? Every explanation for why Bavor would lie seems more convoluted than just acknowledging it's true.
Listening to you now, it's like hearing my younger self. And I sound exactly like Abbot Vitus. His view was that Bavor's story was fiction. He told me I'd be better off letting it go.
What exactly did he say?
That I should stop chasing old crusaders and focus on real, meaningful work.
Why didn't you stand your ground?
I couldn't argue with the abbot. What he said went. And I was just a lowly monk, barely past my vows. I had to obey. In time, I learned to let some things lie. Those who dig too deep may uncover what they'd rather not.
I'm not blaming you, but I think it's time we reopened that old inquiry of yours and saw it through. And maybe we'll finally unravel Bavor's mystery together.
If that relic really does exist, and it's surfaced now, it'd surely be a sign from the Lord, a sign of hope in these desperate times.
Don't get ahead of yourself. We've not even found Bavor's tomb. Without it, we're stuck.
But you spoke of that hidden chamber in the crypt. If there's any clue, it'll be in there. Take this and study it closely. It's a drawing of Bavor's family coat of arms I came across years ago. According to this, you'll know if it's truly the grave of Sir Boleslav. Yes, the mural in the chapel, paid for by Bavor himself, also bears his coat of arms.
Those workers, if they really were after Bavor, they only had a drawing of the Jerusalem cross. But if he was buried under his family crest, no wonder they opened the wrong graves.
Yes, that could be it. Study that sketch well, so you won't make the same mistake.
Thank you. I'll head off at once.
Just be careful, please. You know the abbot's orders, the disease, all this misfortune.
Don't worry. I'll be careful.
And in the crypt, show respect to the eternal rest of those buried there, especially now, with death haunting the monastery. Body of Christ, heal me. Blood of Christ,
Lord, forgive
quench
us our
my
sins,
thirst.
and spare
Water
us
from the
There's a lot of
side
you
of
here.
Christ, wash me.
Which one of you is
Suffering
Elijah?
of Christ. Psst, keep your voice down. Elijah isn't here.
I need to speak with Elijah. Do you know what's up with him?
Try the cellar. I caught sight of him sneaking down there this morning.
If you saw him, he didn't sneak all that well, did he?
Exactly. He made quite a racket doing it. Till we meet again.
Saint Wenceslas, King of Bohemia, and you, Saint Bohemia,
Give us the strength to carry your cross.
forgive his sinful children. Amen.
Oh, everything's spinning.
He's
I only
blowing drunk.
wanted to help.
He can barely speak. Are you with me? I've got something to perk you up a bit.
What is it? Schnapps?
No, we're out of schnapps. So stop whining and drink.
Oh, bloody awful stuff.
So, feeling any better?
Better? I wish. Oh, it's all coming back to me.
That's good. I need to know what happened during the night.
I don't want to talk about it. Don't make me.
I get it. You don't want to remember. I've seen some nasty things too. But sometimes it helps to talk to someone. It's definitely better than drowning your wits in schnapps.
Well, all right. What do you want to know?
How did you even notice the fire? What were you doing outside?
I couldn't sleep, so I went for a walk. It was just chance.
Just chance? You sure? I don't think the abbot would be happy about folk wandering around at night.
So what if I took a little walk?
You sure you weren't sneaking off somewhere for a drink? You seem smart enough not to keep your booze where someone might find it. I bet you've got a nice little stash, eh?
All right. Maybe I did head off to the back pond for a nightcap. I heard a dog barking like mad, so I went to see what was going on. I should have just kept out of it.
Did you see anyone else at the fire?
No. Just the dog was there.
When you dragged out those two bodies, what did you do then?
While I was pulling out the second one, other people had noticed the fire. One of the knights grabbed me and started yelling that I was the arsonist. Luckily, he saw the bodies and how I was covered in, well, the same filth they were. Then the people from the monastery came. They sent me away and took the bodies off somewhere. I don't know what happened after that.
I need to ask about the dead, too. Did you notice anything odd about them?
I couldn't see much. It was as dark as a sinner's soul. But they were soaked. Soaked to the bone. And also, how to say it? Filthy. Both of them.
Filthy from what?
From shit.
Right. That can happen after death.
No, I mean they were completely covered in it. Like someone had dunked them in it. Oh.
Are you sure they were already dead when you pulled them out?
Aye.
And may I ask how you knew?
When I carried them out, I thought I'd roast alive in seconds. But they were cold as ice. And one of them was already stiff as a board. When I laid him down, he just crunched. Oh.
Do you have any idea who those two were?
I've no idea. It was dark. I couldn't see their faces. Thank God. As it is, I'll be dreaming about this for a long time.
Thanks. I'll leave you be now.
Wait, I've no idea what to do with myself. I thought I'd finally do something right for once in my life. And how did I end up? Covered in shit, face burned, and humiliated. I'd rather never step outside the door again.
What are you on about? You acted like a hero.
Hardly. I'm a coward and a drunk.
Who ran into the flames to save his fellow man.
Aye. And what did it get me?
If not for you, they'd have burned to ash and wouldn't even have a decent burial. This way they can pass on with dignity. So stop feeling sorry for yourself and be a bit proud, all right?
Right. Thanks. Hey, look, I haven't told anyone, but I found this key during the night.
I've no idea whose it is, but maybe you'll find it useful.
Thanks.
Who's there? Huh. Huh. Strange. Hmm.
What do you think you're doing?
How much longer is this going to last?
What now?
We're locked in here like animals.
Quit complaining. You'll just have to manage, like the rest of us.
What's this good for anyway?
Huh? What are you doing here? Off you go. And don't come back. I'm not here for laughs. I'm on guard duty. Now get lost and don't make me say it again. What do you want?
Strange. I must be mad.
Go on, find your master. What's that sound?
Fuck it.
Right then. Where to begin? I'll start with the younger one. Muscles stiff, but the body looks supple. What's that in his hair? It's all clumped together. Looks like flour, or maybe lime. Yeah, it's flour. Ugh. Better mind my fingers. Rigor mortis is wearing off. He can't have been dead more than a few hours. He vomited up his guts before he died. Just like that old confessor. Bruising, some dried blood, but no broken bones. Those bruises are odd. Regular. Almost perfectly circular. Looks like cupping marks. Someone might have tried to ease a fever or pain. He's young, but his hands are a mess. Covered in scars, nails broken, looks like hard labor. And 2 workers did go missing. That can't be a coincidence. I don't see anything odd here. Ribs intact, belly soft. No sign of violent death, just his back and hips are badly scraped. No blood, like he was dragged over gravel after he died. A few old scars, gravel embedded in both knees, and blood around the groin. barely dried. Could it have leaked out after death? Mixed with bowel contents. Bloody diarrhea. Like with the infection. Now for the older one. Pale, sunken eyes, missing some teeth, though that might just be age. But that hole in his head is someone's doing. Small, round, clean, like it was drilled. I've heard of that method before, used in cases of unbearable headache or seizures. But who'd try that outside the infirmary? Completely stiff. Clenched tight. Like he was ready for a fight. Rigor mortis well advanced. Died long before the fire. Skin's badly scratched. And there's a thorn stuck here. Maybe a rose? Stiff as a board. But no broken bones. Back and shoulders all scratched up. Like he was dragged through brambles. And around his neck and chest he's got red blotches on the skin. Those blotches look familiar. They're a bit like the ones on that old confessor. Looks like this poor wretch caught the same thing. Knees are scraped and scarred. He must have worked hard in his life. Well, what's clear is they didn't die in that burning hut. More likely they succumbed to the infection spreading in the monastery. The symptoms matched perfectly. Either way, it wasn't a cold-blooded murder. Someone tried to treat them, brutally, but still. And it didn't work. Someone must have hauled the bodies into that shed. And it left marks on them. It might be possible to trace where they came from.
I feel like I'm coming down with something.
What do you think you're doing? What's it like down there?
What do you think? Filth, damp, stale air. Apart from them not being here, nothing. Unless...
And we're not to leave anything unchecked. And I mean to oblige.
Look at that. Bavor's crest. This must be it. The King of Cyprus, Knight Bavor, and his relic. Though that shield looks a bit different than the one in Crispin's sketch. Almost the same. Only on the mural, it's got that inner scutcheon added. They gave a lot of space to Bavor's crest and his elevation. Likely at the knight's own request. And the crest's all in one, with an angel and the relic. That must mean something. Crozier and Mitre. That'll be an abbot's tomb. Abbot Vitus. Crispin mentioned him. Let's hope he forgives us for digging into Bavor's story again. Abbot Uldericus. But no sign of Bavor. This must have been some knight. There's a cross above his head, but a rose in the crest, and I'm looking for an arrow. Ugh. Best not tarry here too long, unless I want to end up in the infirmary as well. Maybe even Heinrich. Nice. Oh. Good thing I've got the hood. Sarcophagus of a nobleman. Disturbed by those workers. Most likely because of the large cross. But Bavor ought to be buried under an arrow crest. This one's rather worn down, but I think I can make out the abbot's symbol. Bavor's crest. So it's true. What? That's not Bavor. I need to tell Crispin. Bloody hell. God have mercy on your soul.
Hey, get out of here!
I can't get in there now. Inventories, purchases, visitation report.
Brother Crispin?
Henry, I searched through the archives again to see if I might still find something on Bavor, but so far nothing. And your search in the crypt? Did you dare go down there?
I dared. And more than that, I truly did find Bavor's sarcophagus in the hidden chamber.
By all the saints? And the relic? Was it there?
No. I was hoping, but I don't think it's that simple. There's a sarcophagus with Bavor's crest, but Bavor isn't the one lying in it.
What? You?
I had to know. Judging by the robes, I'd say it's an abbot or some other high-ranking cleric.
Good lord, that's truly strange.
And do you know what's even stranger? I think someone was watching me down there.
Watching? Who? Did you see anyone?
I just heard voices.
Could it have been one of the workers again?
That would make the most sense. There's not much we can do about it now anyway. Best thing is to solve this mystery about Bavor as soon as we can.
So, you're saying you found a sarcophagus with Bavor's crest, but not Bavor himself?
Exactly. I have no idea what to do next. I was kinda hoping you might come up with an explanation. That chamber looked untouched for years.
Explanations do come to mind, but they're purely speculation. It's possible Bavor was never buried here at all. Or perhaps his grave was moved.
What do you mean, not buried here? Everything points to it.
Until we find the body, we can't be certain. The travel records, the accounts, all point to the intent, but not its fulfillment.
There was his coat of arms on the bottom of the sarcophagus.
Yes, which would support my second theory that his remains were moved.
But why would anyone move him? Isn't that against God's will or something?
There are reasons for it. They're internal matters of the monastery. I shouldn't be discussing them with a layman.
Oh, come on, Crispin. We're searching for Bavor together. Surely you can make an exception. Just forget for a moment I'm not a monk like you, and tell me what you know. Please.
Oh, very well. Since you're so insistent, to be laid to rest in the monastery crypt near the altar is the best one can hope for the soul of the departed. Normally such places are reserved for abbots, but this privilege can be granted to others in rare cases.
That would explain why Bavor might be buried there, but not why he isn't.
I'm getting to that. A place of such honor may be given for great deeds, or a truly generous donation. But if the person has been dead for a long time, and has no surviving kin to speak for him, then it's possible the body may be moved, to make way for a deceased abbot, or a potential new benefactor.
It's dreadful. It's just plain profiteering.
I agree. But as someone once said, in a land of merchants, it's no easy task to tend the Lord's house. Still, the deceased isn't simply tossed aside. He's respectfully moved to another resting place, just not as prestigious.
Right. But that brings us back to the question. So where could they have moved Bavor to?
Most likely to the consecrated field next to the monastery, or the graveyard by the infirmary church of St. Cosmas and Damian.
Hang on. That consecrated field is enormous. I'd be searching for weeks, and I can't even get in there now. Better to scout the infirmary church first.
God be with you, Henry. I hope you managed to find Bavor at last.
I saw that mural of Bavor you spoke of, and I think I noticed something slightly unusual.
Ah? Really? What was it?
That Bavor crest. In the mural, it's shown differently from your sketch. Seems to be the elevated version, as mentioned in the travel records, with the inner scutcheon. And on it is the Jerusalem cross. There's also an angel. And Bavor had himself depicted holding the relic. It looked to me like Bavor had the layout made very deliberately.
I must have missed that. Or perhaps I've simply forgotten. But you're right, it does sound rather deliberate.
Indeed. But I still don't know what to make of it.
Bavor clearly put a great deal of thought into his burial. That depiction isn't just a coincidence or some artist's fancy. It was Bavor's intention, and there's certainly a hidden meaning in it.
I'll ponder it on my way to the infirmary graveyard.
Pissing down again. What are you trying to pull, you scoundrel?
What do you want?
Careful.
That's one deep rut. Whoever dragged them, the poor wretches gave him a rough time. Overturned sacks, soaked ground, so that's why the dead man had flour in his hair. A torch? Damn, this wasn't an accident. Someone torched the shed to cover their tracks. At least this grill is here. Rough cloth, badly charred, and bits of leather. Probably used as knee protection for work. Oil. Burns like the devil. No wonder there's barely anything left of the shed. Now I get what Elijah was talking about. Ugh. Ugh. That's disgusting. But there's no other way. A cart and rose bushes. If he dragged them through the ditch, no wonder they were in such a state. Wheel tracks. Headed that way towards the gate. Something was jammed in the lock. There's no way I can pick it. The tracks are clear. That cart was bloody heavy. The cart tracks lead to the herbalists. Maybe Joachim knows more. Poor beast. Who did this to you? What in damnation is going on there?
You said they were better. Were you lying or just that stupid?
They took a turn for the worse. It came out of nowhere, and there was no saving them.
And those books I got for you. You've half the monastery's library in here. Did you even bother looking at them?
I read every one, but I told you 100 times, I am not a physician. I don't know what you all expected from me.
You were supposed to use your head, damn it. Now everyone and their dog is sniffing around here.
I couldn't just...
I thought I made myself clear. They stay here, you don't leave, and nobody must know a thing.
But what was I supposed to do? Your master...
Provided you with everything you needed, and paid you generously. Or am I wrong? What about that fire? Were you just covering your ass, or planning to rat on us too?
They were infected. For the sake of everyone in the monastery, I did what had to be done.
Doing what has to be done. For everyone's sake. Dennis! Fuck you, whoreson!
Could Elijah have lost it here?
Did you?
He's gone. Hold on. I'll fetch help.
Don't trouble yourself, son. But please, stay.
No. No, I'll run for Albie.
Pray with me. The Lord will soon welcome me.
All right. But I need to ask you something first.
Yes?
Why did you set the shed alight? Were you trying to get rid of the bodies?
Get rid of them? No. But should they rot under my roof? I only hoped the fire would consume them, and that'd be the end of it.
Did you try to treat those poor souls yourself?
I did my best. On the orders of Master Zacharias, I tried everything, even against their will. But either the sickness had advanced too far, or I simply lacked the knowledge.
All right. And now the prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven.
Oh, Christ above. Go with God. Amen. A bit neglected, but otherwise a nice place for one's final rest. I hope I find Bavor here, so I don't have to search the whole consecrated field. A humble grave. Doesn't look like Bavor's. Going by the crest, this was someone noble, but not Bavor. Who knows who lies here? Let's not disturb them. Unmarked grave. Peace to your soul, whoever you are. All these dead are starting to make me uneasy. Memento mori. Master Pavor! Where are you hiding? What did I expect? I'd rather meet someone alive now. Boleslav's crest! At last! Let's hope its lord lies somewhere nearby. There's no time for that. I must warn Albic at once. There's no time for that. I must warn Albic at once. There's no time for that. I must warn Albic at once.
To your health, my friend. Hopefully the worst is behind us.
May not a drop go to waste.
You rats!
Hey! Henry! It was his fault those two died. He was the first to know about the epidemic, and he tried to keep everything hushed up. He blackmailed the herbalist to hide them and treat them at his place. And when those bodies were found, what did he do? He sent that lackey of his to get rid of him.
Joachim is
dead. And that Dinesh of yours too.
So now you kill me?
Give me just one more reason.
Albic, what is it?
If I were you, I'd hold back a while. For everyone's sake.
You poisoned him? Why?
Calm down. He's still breathing.
What do you mean, still?
Whether he survives is up to you, and whether you're finally willing to cooperate.
I thought you and Albic were friends. He never did anything to deserve this.
Albic may not realize it, but half his shining reputation is thanks to me. Next to someone young and inexperienced, it's easy to look like a master. You saw it yourself. Even the Right Reverend didn't trust me. Me, royal physician to King Sigismund. But once Master Albic showed up, suddenly everything was different. And all he had to do was repeat the same things I'd already said.
So you only pretended to be his friend? All the while you looked down on him? You're mad. You want me to help you? Now, after all this?
If you're looking for someone to blame, try yourself. None of this would have happened if you hadn't kept getting in my way.
Don't try that on me. I don't need you. The infirmary has ingredients for all sorts of antidotes. We'll figure something out.
You think I used belladonna and amanita like some village herb woman? No. This is my own recipe, and a damned expensive one, I'll have you know. I save it for only the most distinguished.
Speak, traitor. What do you want from me?
I want Albic's closely guarded records on the treatment of King Wenceslas.
What? Why?
Don't play dumb. Albic spent a lot of time with him. I want to know what he wrote down.
So, it was you who turned our chamber upside down?
Me? No, that was Dinesh.
You swine. Albic confided in you that he had them, and you poisoned him so that...
I was hoping to frighten him. Maybe he'd give them to me for safekeeping. But the mad old fool went and hid them somewhere. So I need you to find them.
And if I bring you the records, you'll give me the antidote?
Not so fast. There's one more thing. Something King Sigismund himself would greatly value. Apparently, somewhere in this monastery, there's a relic from the Holy Land, brought here years ago by a knight.
And that's what those workers were after. But they failed.
Morons.
I've no idea what you're on about. Sigismund wants you to find some relic for him.
King Sigismund knows a legend of Sir Boleslav Bavor of Blatna, who brought a relic from the Holy Land to Bohemia. What he doesn't know is that Sir Boleslav was buried with it, right here in the monastery.
So you plan to present it to him on a golden platter and hand it over in exchange for a medal and a fat reward?
Something like that. I have good reason to believe the relic is of great value to the king. Once you've got the relic and the records, come to the church. We'll meet there. And one last piece of advice. Hurry. The substance acts slowly, but the longer you make Albic wait, the worse the consequences.
And what's to stop me grabbing you by the neck, beating the antidote out of you, and dragging you to the abbot?
The fact I'm not a fool. I haven't got the antidote on me, so we can go to the abbot and spend hours blaming each other. Meanwhile, Albic will die right here on the cold ground in a puddle of his own vomit. If he's to survive, we do this my way. Do we understand each other?
You miserable bloody bastard. I'll do it, but only for Albic's sake.
I expected nothing less.
Henry, the records, they're behind the scales.
What? What scales? Albic? I can't just hand the real records over to Zacharias.
Henry, is something wrong?
Benedict, I need you to take care of Master Albic.
Lord have mercy. I had a feeling he couldn't avoid that illness forever.
He's not ill. He's been poisoned.
What? By whom?
Zacharias slipped something into his wine. He's still alive, but if I don't get the antidote quickly...
He'll die. But why would Zacharias do that?
It's a long story. Right now, I need you to look after Albic. He's in his bed, and in a bad state.
I'll keep an eye on him. And what will you do?
I'm gonna find the antidote, and then settle things with Zacharias.
Very well. May God go with you.
Actually, one more thing. Does the phrase,
behind the scales mean anything to you?
Scales. Well, it's a symbol of justice. The Archangel Michael is often depicted on Judgment Day holding scales. Why do you ask?
Albich whispered it to me. I hoped he was trying to give me a clue, point me to somewhere he hid something. Only, with the curfew, he couldn't have left the infirmary.
Unless...
No unless, Benedict. I'm running out of time. If you know anything, tell me now.
Alright, sorry. Albich did actually leave once. It was a few days ago and he asked me not to tell anyone.
Really? Do you know where he went?
He wanted to speak personally with the Right Reverend Father Jan.
But he's been warning us all along to stay away from him.
I thought it strange too. But that's all I know.
Even so, you've helped me. Thank you. And the rest. The armor, the crest, the sword. It has to be him. The valiant knight Boleslav Bavor. May his soul rest in peace. Only no sign of the relic. But then again, the mural showed that in his scutcheon in his crest. My God. A crusader's sword that saw the Holy Land. A true honor. Let's see if I understood it right. By all the saints. Praise be to thee, our almighty Lord, and praise be to thee, merciful Christ, who suffered on the cross for us. Thank you for remembering us sinners in this time of trial, and for letting me find this treasure. Forgive us our trespasses, and spare us from this dreadful plague. Let the righteous triumph, cast down the treacherous, and please, save Master Albich's life. Amen.
Halt! We received a report of a suspicious ruckus in the gardens. What happened here? And what are you doing in the graveyard?
Zacharias poisoned Master Albich.
Was? But what's going on here?
Zacharias sent me here to steal a holy relic, which he means to trade for Albich's life.
Holy Virgin, stand by us. You'll tell everything to the abbot. His grace will decide what happens next. I hate to interrupt your grace, but something's happened that urgently requires your attention.
Did you bring more news from Masters Albich and Zacharias? How fare our sick?
Henry here claims Zacharias deliberately poisoned Albich. He says the master's life is in danger.
It's not just a claim, it's the plain truth.
That bastard did it to get hold of Bavor's relic and Albic's records about King Wenceslas.
By all the saints, as if things weren't bad enough already. Now this.
Christ almighty! Henry, why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry, Crispin. Maybe I should have, but it's too late for that now.
Crispin, go to the infirmary. Tell Benedict to tend to Master Albic. Immediately. Without him, we cannot overcome the plague. Ludolf, leave us alone. Matters of the crown must be discussed in private.
Your Grace, that's out of the question. Your safety.
That's an order.
As you command. But I'll leave my man outside the door. Just say the word.
Very well. Thank you. Henry, you've made a very serious accusation, and in front of witnesses, no less.
Believe me, Father, I wish I were mistaken. But I saw it with my own eyes.
Very well. I believe you. But first, tell me about the relic. Crispin was just telling me about this mystery of Bavor. Am I right in thinking the two are connected?
Yes. Crispin helped me find and interpret the clues. And in the end, I found it. Along with the true grave of Bavor. Here it is, Father. A splinter of the true cross.
Oh, unbelievable. Incredible. Eternal glory to our Lord. A true sacrament. And perhaps even a sign of hope. But how did Zacharias know about it? Tell me everything from the beginning.
It all began in that crypt beneath the church. Some of the workers were trying to find the tomb of Sir Boleslav Bavor.
They were supposed to fix the collapse. No one gave them permission to enter the crypt.
Zacharias bribed them. He'd heard that Bavor was buried here with a relic from the Holy Land and decided to seize it for King Sigismund. The workers were meant to find Bavor's sarcophagus, but they also opened and looted nearby tombs.
That is sacrilege. That crypt holds the remains of abbots of this monastery.
And in the process, they uncovered coffins containing rotting remains. That's where the illness that spread through the monastery came from.
So the illness, it wasn't plague.
Master Albert kept saying that all along. And so did Zacharias at first.
God forgive me. I was afraid.
Well, that was still only the beginning. Zacharias hid the first two sick workers with Joachim, who he blackmailed into caring for them in secret. He treated them as best he could, but their symptoms worsened. When they died in his care, he panicked and tried to get rid of the bodies.
That fire? Those corpses?
When they were found, Zacharias panicked in turn and sent Dinesh to kill Joachim.
Oh, God in heaven, forgive them their sins.
Well, I tried to stop him, but he stabbed Joachim and then came at me. Luckily, I managed to fight him off. I ran back to the infirmary to warn Albich, but by then, Zacharias had already been poisoning his wine for some time. I don't know what poison it was, but Albich is barely breathing and has no idea what's going on.
And Zacharias?
He actually laughed in my face. He'll only give me the antidote if I bring him two things.
Oh, people hold nothing sacred.
He wants Bavor's relic and Albich's records on King Wenceslas's treatment. The exchange is to take place in the church. Otherwise Albich likely won't live to see morning. Please, Father Jan. Albich sees you as a friend. Zacharias betrayed him. You can still save him. Will you help me?
From what you've said, I gather you knew about his plans. Why are you telling me all this only now?
I suspected you wouldn't believe me. Even I wasn't sure for a long while. I kept searching until the pieces finally fell into place. I meant to tell you everything, but only once I held clear proof. And that, Zacharias himself provided.
I'll do everything in my power. We must end this affair. Quickly, and within our walls. I shall entrust you with the relic. But please, take care of it. May it be preserved for our monastery.
Thank you for your trust, Father. I'll do my best to see it return to you.
From this moment, the curfew no longer applies to you. The knights at my door will inform everyone else. And do speak to Sir Ludolf. Perhaps one of his men has gear that'll suit you too.
Thank you again, Father.
You can thank me later. Right now, get moving.
I'm sorry, Father. There's one more thing.
Yes?
Albic hid his records somewhere safe, but he didn't manage to tell me where. All he could get out was they're behind the scales. Did he ever mention anything like that to you?
I'm afraid not, lad. We never spoke of it.
Did he speak about anything else?
Since the curfew was declared, he only came to see me once. He asked for access to my private chapel.
And? Did you allow it?
No. Oh, Lord, forgive me. I didn't want him bringing the sickness here. I told him to use the infirmary chapel.
But there were already sick men there too. Still, thank you.
I'm always glad to see polite people like you. God be with you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift.
Oh, I'm so tired I can barely keep my eyes open. Keep them peeled.
Sir Ludolf, I spoke with His Grace the Abbot, and...
Words already reached me. My men are ready to assist you, should it come to that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. But there's one more thing. We may be facing a fight, and I arrived at the monastery without any equipment.
Our supplies aren't vast, but we can at least offer you a cuirass and a gambeson. There's a cuirass ready on the stand in the tent. If you want it, it's yours.
Thank you, sir.
God be with you. Keep the peace, and we'll stay friends.
Don't you know there's a corp? You know how I meant to.
So this is where they put the altar Voitor and I painted. Beautiful work. I'm sure people won't forget the name Voitor anytime soon.
Good to see you.
I'm sorry. Blow away.
There are scales here, too. In the hand of Archangel Michael. Those are the records. Lord Almighty, thank you. Goodness. No wonder Albert guarded them so closely. There's a lot here that could be used against the king.
Good to see you.
So, how to go about it? These records should definitely resemble the original as closely as possible, so they look right at first glance. How would such a document begin, I wonder? In the records I've read, Albert didn't address the king directly and kept things factual. Albert would surely write to the king with great reverence and humility. He'd greet him in some grand manner. Well, what next? I suppose I should get straight to what's troubling the king. But what might that be? The records mention headaches and stomach pain. I heard the king's got a cough. What would Albert have prescribed for that? A nettle poultice works wonders. Plenty of fluids, and the cough will be gone in no time. Right, that's about halfway. What next? Sigismund is surely wondering why King Wenceslas has no heirs, and Albich knows that King Wenceslas is infertile. But perhaps it's best not to mention that at all. So what next? Maybe some general advice? Something clever in Latin? That's what I'd expect from someone so learned. But what? What about mens sana in corpore sano? A sound mind in a sound body? Well, hopefully that'll do.
Excuse me?
Do you have it? It's good to see you keep your word.
I hope you'll do the same.
You did the right thing. It'd be a shame to let someone like Albec die so... disgracefully. But first things first. Do you have the relic?
I do. Here it is.
Christ. Truly. Dear God. It's unbelievable. Sigismund, he... Yes, but... Also, hand me the records.
There. Let's hope they're worth the hellish torment you've got coming. What's so funny?
Your pitiful attempt to deceive me. Did you really think I wouldn't realize you wrote it? But enough jokes. I wanted to strike a bargain with you. Give you a chance. And you? Forget the antidote. Albec will die like a dog. And you'll have no one but yourself to blame.
Enough!
Men, hold them back!
Stop this madness! This is the house of God! For the cross! No chance!
Door's open. This way. Oh, damn. Locked. But where am I supposed to find the key now? Oh, damn it. Where now?
show your stuff!
No mercy! Give up! It's over.
You. If it wasn't for you, none of this would have happened!
But what?
But we can still fix this. We can still help everyone!
I don't believe a word you say. Give me that antidote and surrender.
You and Albic, you plotted against me. You betrayed me, and now you want my help.
Fucking swan!
You have no one to blame but yourselves! I cannot disappoint Sigismund. There's no turning back now.
In God's name! For glory! Zacharias.
At last, peace. Ironic, don't you think?
Why in God's name did you destroy the antidote? Albert will die because of you.
Perhaps he will. Perhaps not. The poison's not that strong. He might recover in time. And with my luck...
Then why poison him at all? Why any of this?
Because of Sigismund. He left me no choice. I had to.
What's Sigismund got to do with it?
I couldn't help him. And he doesn't forgive failure. Not in himself. And even less so in others.
What was it you couldn't help Sigismund with?
That's between me, His Majesty, and soon, God.
So you mean to stay loyal to Sigismund? All the way to the grave?
Exactly. As the king demands.
Then at least tell me. Does Sigismund deserve it?
No, he doesn't. Like most rulers, really. So, if you really want to know, I couldn't help him. With an heir.
Sigismund is... infertile?
Their whole line is cursed with it. That never occurred to you. Wenceslas has no heirs either. Well, at least no legitimate ones. And Albec knows that all too well.
Why did you want the relic? What would Sigismund even do with it?
Sigismund. He's unable to father an heir. I tried to treat it somehow, but it was all in vain. And his patience was wearing thin. So I turned to God, with God's help. Perhaps Sigismund would finally succeed. And I'd win back his trust.
Why did you want Wenceslas's records from me?
Don't you get it? I wanted to know how Albec treats Wenceslas. His infertility. And Sigismund would certainly appreciate it if I told him all the secrets of Wenceslas's health. Maybe then he'd give me another chance.
If there's anything else you want to say, now's the time.
I'd like to, but I can't. It hurts. I can't speak anymore.
It won't be long now. Your time has come, Zacharias. Rest in peace.
Will you pray for me, please?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from all evil. Amen.
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 Alvic has near lost his sight, yet folks...
Yes? Who am I speaking to?
It's me. Henry.
Ah. Henry. Yes. I recognize you now by your voice.
Is it really that bad?
Considering I even survived, my sight isn't such a high price to pay. Wouldn't you say?
I'm truly sorry. I really did try.
I don't blame you for anything. If I had to hold someone to account, I'd have to start with myself.
Well, he was your friend, after all. You couldn't have known what he'd become. Or what he'd be capable of. Did you really know him as well as you thought?
Did I know him well? Do you know how Zacharias even got his position at court? It was I who recommended him to Sigismund to be appointed his personal physician. I handed Zacharias straight into the usurper's clutches. The venomous vipers writhing at the feet of the self-proclaimed king surely influenced him.
Zacharias was responsible for his own actions. Whatever Sigismund demanded of him, he still had a choice.
Time will tell. Right now, I don't even know what to think.
And what about your eyes? Can you see anything at all?
I'm not completely blind, but there's little reason to rejoice. I can make out light, shadow, shapes of people, but even here, right next to the candle, I'd hardly recognize you by your face.
Do you think it will improve?
Only time will tell. I've treated people with clouded vision before, but with very dubious results. If I could reach a master learned in the teachings of Avicenna, perhaps then I could hope for a cure.
What will you do now? Return to Kuttenberg?
Not yet. First, I want to recover here. I still feel weak. And as soon as I'm able, I want to persuade Father Jan to honor his promise.
Sigismund is holding Wenceslas in Vienna. Will you head straight there, then?
I promised Father Jan I'd accompany him to an important council meeting soon. And what about you, Henry? What's next for you?
Well, there's still plenty of work for me to do here.
Be glad. The devil makes work for idle hands.
I'll go and speak with the others.
I won't keep you. Perhaps we'll meet again someday.
Take care. And be careful. Now more than ever.
Thank you, Henry. God be with you.
Sir, I had another question.
Of course.
I'll be going now, sir.
May God protect you.
Gott sei mit dir, mein Herr.
I suppose you're getting ready to leave us?
Yes. It's time I returned.
I don't blame you. It weighs heavy on me, too. Suddenly it's so dreadfully quiet here.
Will I be allowed to visit the monastery again someday?
Yes. I think the brothers would appreciate any visitor, now that so few of us remain.
What will become of the monastery now? With so many brothers dead.
I don't know. Things weren't great before, but now...
And once word gets around the region...
Pilgrims will stop coming, and people won't want to work for us. I don't know what's to become of the monastery. I fear I may be forced to dissolve the cloister.
What does it mean to dissolve the cloister?
The brothers would go their separate ways to other cloisters of our order. The monastery itself would be left empty.
Suppose I'll be going now.
God be with you.
I'm in no mood for nonsense.